If you haven't been living under a rock for the past 2 years, you've probably heard of a man called Santino Ferrucci. You may also be aware that he's not the most loved person by the FIA, and according to my best friend Wikipedia, he's been cited as one of the most hated people in motorsport. To be fair, he is probably only second though. Today I am going to tell you a little bit of a story as to why this man is so unbelievably stupid. So, in 2012, aged just 14, he made his professional racing debut at the SBF 2000 Winter Series season. Sound familiar? He won 3 of the 10 races in the season and then picked up a further 3 podiums, which doesn't sound too bad given that he was 14, and he wasn't exactly up against easy competition. In 2013, he progressed into the fully fledged F2000 Championship, driving some weird white coffin with wheels. The results here were pretty poor, with just 1 pole position to his name, which he failed to convert into a win, and a sprinkling of podiums to couple with that. Naturally, the next step for a driver who's shown himself to be somewhat decent at driving round in circles is to move on to a harder championship. Ferrucci took part in the FIA Formula 3 European Championship, where he finished a pretty dismal 19th out of 30, with a best finish of 4th at the Norris Ring. I mean, these results don't scream F1 worthy to me, but he was only 16 at the time, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He also took part in the German and British F3 Championships, as well as the Macau Grand Prix. Obviously, these results weren't good enough to carry him to F1 or even F2, so he stayed in F3 for another year, finishing 11th in the European F3 Championship, as well as getting a 6th place in the Macau Grand Prix. He also competed in the Toyota Racing Series and finished a somewhat decent 3rd overall. The next year brought some more predictably mediocre results, finishing 12th overall in the GP3 Series while competing alongside Charles Leclerc and Alex Albon. So of course, with these results, what better to do than to get signed with an F1 team? He signed with Haas to be their test driver and remained there for a considerable amount of time, considering his consistently below average results away from F1. Alongside his testing for Haas, Ferrucci moved into F2 in the second half of 2017 with Trident, and this is where Ferrucci's story gets a little more difficult, we could say. Alongside his impressively bad results in F2, Ferrucci and his family filed a request to run the Make America Great Again slogan on the side of his 2018 F2 car. Unsurprisingly, the request was turned down by the FIA on the grounds that forcing your political views down the throats of the fans wasn't really the objective of motorsport. In a completely unrelated incident, Ferrucci decided it was a great idea to deliberately ram his teammate on the cooldown lap for the feature race in Silverstone. This went down about as well as swapping the steward's cups of coffee with soy sauce. To add to his tragic case, he was then caught on his phone while driving, breaching 2 crucial rules of motorsport. 1, you must not take off your glove in a race, and 2, it's kind of illegal to drive while using a phone even on normal streets. Ferrucci then proceeded to defend himself, saying, "I have no excuse other than the fact I'm a 20-year-old Italian-American with a deep passion for motorsport, which is a very emotional sport." Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think ramming into your teammate, promoting a politician on your car, and texting while driving counts as passion. To add to his impressive repertoire of f***ing things up, he then didn't cough up the money he owed Trident, as well as not even bothering to show up to the steward's room after the race, claiming he had important family matters to deal with at home. After the incidents which transpired at Silverstone, Ferrucci was handed a 2-round ban amounting to 4 races overall. This is the worst punishment that you can receive from the FIA, so this wasn't the best thing that Ferrucci could have hoped for. Following this, Trident let him go, and after some careful consideration, so did Haas. Somehow, Ferrucci went on to race in IndyCar, and he remains there today by some complete stroke of luck. Anyway, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then leave a like, and as usual, I'll try and respond to all the comments if you have anything to say. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.